Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. I'm Dawson Yarbrough. I'm your host. We are going to interview band members from the Yarbrough band every week, and we've got a very special guest coming up for you in just a moment. I just wanted to let all the fans know that we hear your questions. We know some of you never met us, so this is why we decided to do this, so that you can know things about us that you wouldn't necessarily know if you don't get to see us all the time. So, would everyone please help me give a big round of applause to our first very special guest, the lovely and very talented Miss Jacy Yarbrough. Thank you very much. Come on in, Jacy. Come on in. All right.
Oh, thank you.
How are you, Jacy?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Give it up for Jacy, everybody. Jacy, it is such a pleasure to have you on.
Well, thank you. It's a
Oh
pleasure to
man,
be here.
I've got to tell you, I've been looking forward to this interview for quite some time. So, as you probably know, we're going to be doing an interview. You're going to be answering a bunch of questions that some of them will be my questions. Most of them come from our fans on our Facebook page.
Okay.
So, I'm going to ask you them, and you just answer them the best you can, okay?
All right.
Honestly, nothing dirty. Okay. The first question comes from Melissa Armenta, and she wants to know if you could do a musical duet with anybody, who would it be with, and why?
I would have to say probably Ray Price. Not that our voices would blend the best together in a duet, but he's my idol, and that would be just amazing to do a duet with him just because he's such an important role model in my life.
Figure in country music, that's
Yes.
true. A lot of our music is, in fact, Ray Price music,
Yes, it is.
and we do a lot of Ray Price cover songs. We do a lot of Ray Price bass songs, especially good old Ray Price shuffle. And so, he's a historic figure in country music, and that's mainly why you would want to do a duet with him rather than someone else, such as maybe like Brad Paisley or something.
Yes, exactly.
Ah, great answer, great answer. That question was from Melissa.
Although I wouldn't mind doing a duet with Brad Paisley either.
Okay, you know what? Me either. I think our guitars will blend very well, just saying.
All right.
Okay, speaking of instruments, this question comes from Damien Olivas, and he wants to know, what is your favorite instrument?
Well,
Why don't you tell us all the instruments you play, that way we get a better insight of kind of what you do.
all right. Well, I play the fiddle, the drums, and the guitar, and I enjoy the fiddle and the drums the most. And it kind of depends on the day, depending on what mood I'm in. You never know.
You never know.
So, I like playing the drums when I get tired of playing the fiddle down on the ground. I like to get back there and just kind of
Take out
Wail-
some of your anger.
wail out my anger sometimes.
I can see how that would be
Just
easy to do,
kidding.
yes. And so, what would your favorite instrument be? Probably the fiddle?
Probably the fiddle.
Okay, I know that that's what you
It's
play
my favorite to
mostly.
play. Steel guitar is probably my favorite to listen to.
To listen to?
Yeah.
That's, you know, I
Steel
think
fiddle.
a lot of people agree with you on that. I know that our father enjoys listening to that. Okay, let's move on. Thank you, Damien. Yes, get some more coffee. Jacy, how long have you been singing?
Since as long as I can remember. I've always liked singing since I was a little kid, and I just remember running around the house singing and singing with you. We used to sing together as little kids.
I can recall those moments. I can definitely recall those moments way back in the day.
Yeah.
Mostly in the shower.
What?
Not
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I mean, hearing you sing and me singing, most of our practice took place
Yeah,
in the
okay.
shower separately. Okay, so you've been singing pretty much for as long as you can remember, definitely since you were just a little snot-nosed kid. That question came from Paula Tapia.
Okay.
Excellent question.
Very good question.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, this question comes from Miss Barbara Benjamin. We finally get to hear from her. And she wants to know what your all-time favorite song is to sing.
Well, Barb, I'd have to say probably Sweet Memories by the Time Jumpers with Don Sears. That's how I first learned it, is off of that recording. And ever since I heard it, I fell in love with that song, and it's a beautiful song. So it's probably my favorite to sing.
It is.
And Green Snakes on the Ceiling.
Green Snakes on the Sand, more of a honky-tonk,
Yep.
traditional type song, whereas Sweet Memories is more laid back and pretty to listen to.
Yes,
That's why it's so fun to sing, I'm guessing. Thank you very much, Barb. Okay, Jason Kilma. He wants to know how many hours a week do you practice?
Well, Jason, to be perfectly honest with you, I'd have to say not enough. Not as much as I should. Definitely need to practice more. If I did, I think...
Most of it has to do with your busy schedule, though, with most of your other musical engagements
Well,
you do during the week.
I play during the week. I have gigs during the week, just in the evening times and on the weekends, and that kind of takes up my time. So that's kind of my practice time. I use that as well for that. So.
And Jason, our father, would like to know where this practicing takes place.
Well, it's in a secret place, and
Very secret. You can't have people stealing your
I
material.
can't have people be listening like that and stuff.
Completely understandable.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. This question is also from Jason Kilma. Who are some of your influences? I know that we've already kind of talked about this a little bit,
Yeah.
but name some other names. Who else?
Ray Price, like we mentioned before, Johnny Bush, Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, Jim Reeves, all the old guys. You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking
they're
about.
the best.
Baron Young,
Baron
Hank
Young,
Williams,
Buck Owens, all those guys, and
the real country music
yes,
singers.
the real
Yes.
country music, exactly. And I like them all, really.
You could go on and on, I'm
I
sure.
could go on and on.
But those are just right off the top of the head. So thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Okay. What drives you to be a dedicated band member? And this comes from Kathy Montoya.
Well, Kathy, I'd have to say, just being on the road and being at home practicing in the shed and seeing everybody get better as a group really encourages me to keep going with it, because everybody's improving every day, and each gig we all get a little better, maybe a little worse. Sometimes we have our good and bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
Good bad. But for the most part, I think that, well, that's really
Just
it.
the love of music keeps
Just
you
the
going.
love of music, yeah.
I know exactly how you
That's
feel.
it.
Our next question comes from Gino, and his was a very long question. Thank you for that very long question, Gino. So I'm going to paraphrase the best I can. He wants to know, with country music moving to more mainstream type music, more modern stuff, Brad Paisley, Keith Urban, Garth Brooks, those types of musicians. How do you plan on breaking the mold to being your own kind of musician? And because the music we play isn't as mainstream and they don't make hardly any money, how do you plan on staying with the kind of music we play, or making your own road to doing the newer kind of music if you see yourself really hitting it big someday? How are you going to navigate all those issues there?
Well, Dawson, I have to say, I think that I may not go as far as I would like to. I may, but with the kind of music that we do, it's a lot harder, because anybody can write a song, and it's gonna be this, they can call, this is new country, and they can lay it down, record it, whatever, and it's gonna sound just like everything else. And I like to stick to the old stuff, because it's just the best. It's the original.
Right from the heart.
It is. It's very memorial.
It is very
Very
memorial.
memorial, yes. No, but you know what? It is the best kind of music. It's my favorite, and it's what we grew up on, and I think that's probably the main reason why I love it so much. But I like playing dance music over anything else, really.
Or rather than listening to concert type
Rather
music.
than listening to that new Texas country stuff. I don't agree that it's country in the first place, and
I back you up on that.
I
Yes,
think
yes.
that
It's good music, but not dance music. And
right,
it's not country
exactly.
music. But you have to respect them, because they are
Yes,
very
yes,
talented artists
absolutely.
that come up with great material. It's just not your cup of tea.
Right, exactly. No, you're right.
Okay, well, let's see here. I hope that answers your question fairly well, Gino. Where do you see yourself in 7 years? And that comes from the one and only Mr. Daniel Castro.
Well, Daniel, I see myself still.
What's in that cup anyway?
You know what? I hope to keep playing music. I hope to be still playing music and not necessarily looking for a man. So that may or may not happen in 7 years. Don't know. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I think that when time comes, I think the right thing will happen. So the right thing will come along for me.
And I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. Okay, I'm going to take you to the very last question. And this also comes from Daniel,
Okay.
who is an aspiring drummer. He would like to know, what advice would you give to young people aspiring to be musicians? And what does it take?
You know what? It takes a lot of dedication and, just be confident in what you're doing. And you can't let people bring you down. Don't think about what they're going to think about you. And if you're standing up there singing or if you're sitting down playing the guitar, whatever you're doing, just have a good time with it, because music is the best thing in the world, I think, as far as cures everything, and I think that it's very important for music to be in the lives of everybody,
It's the answer to a lot of people's questions,
Yes, it is.
as far as I'm concerned. Jacy, thank you very much
Thank you so much.
for answering these
Nelson.
questions. Everyone, we hope we got to your questions, and we hope that we answered the best we could. We're going to have another band member next week, and that does it for this week's interview with members of the TYB. So come back next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.